Welcome back to the Barbecue Lab. My name is David Gafford, and today we're going to be creating a skillet dip that we're calling Cheesy Jalapeno Skillet Dip. You're going to want to try this one. This cheese dip is going to be melty delicious. You're gonna love it. And what we've done is we went ahead and put everything out here so you can see it. We have the cheeses, we have 3 cheeses. We're gonna use pepper jack, we're gonna use a little bit of mozzarella and some sharp cheddar. For our vegetables, we've got some diced jalapenos. This is actually 2 jalapenos worth. We also have some diced green chilies right out of a 4-ounce can. And then we have a little bit of mayo, we have some sour cream, a little bit of cream cheese. You gotta have some butter, make that creamy. And then we have some spices. We have some Mexican seasoning here, as well as some cumin, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. What we're gonna do is, all we need to do is just mix these things up into a big bowl. And when you do that, I recommend donning a nice little nitrile glove, because you can get your hands in there and mix it way faster than you can mix it with just a spoon or something else. So, all we need to be able to do is get these things incorporated. So we're gonna start with the cheese. We're gonna take the pepper jack, we're gonna dump it in. We're gonna add our mozzarella, get that in there. We're gonna get our sharp cheddar, mix that all around. And I like to mix these cheeses around just to make sure that they're well incorporated into this before we add any of the wet ingredients. Now, next I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add our cream cheese. Now this cream cheese is going to melt in this and make this super, super gooey. So we're gonna add our cream cheese in, then we're gonna add our butter. This is just to give it a little bit of decadence. We want this to be able to really look, smell, and taste delicious. That butter's just going to give it a little bit of that creamy texture that we're looking for. As well as this mayo and the sour cream. So we're going to add the mayo here, we're going to add the sour cream, and all this is going to do is just make this creamy. It's going to help us really pull together and come together. Now we're going to take our green chilies and add those in. And as we add our green chilies in, this is giving a little bit of liquid to the dish as well. And then we add our jalapenos. As we add our jalapenos in, there's no liquid that comes with these. And you can notice all we did was we seeded these and we deveined them. And the simple way is just to grab a spoon and then take it and just scoop out the middle, so you're getting rid of the heat from the veins and the seeds. And then last but not least, we're just gonna take our seasoning blends. Now, this Mexican seasoning blend is just what you might find in the store in like a taco seasoning blend. Now, we're not gonna use a whole packet, maybe about a half of a packet, but then we're gonna supplement that with our cumin, our garlic powder, and our onion powder. And once you get all those things together, now it's just time to mix this thing up and make sure we have everything well incorporated before we stick it into our skillet and then top it off. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab this, and we're gonna put a little bit of oil in the pan to make sure things don't stick. I mean, this is a cheese-based dish after all. So we're just gonna spray this down pretty liberally with some oil here. And then now that we have this actually prepped, the last thing we're gonna do before we actually get it in is we're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper just at the top to make sure that we have it seasoned well. So we're gonna grab just a little bit of salt. And for the pepper, a little pepper on top, a little fresh cracked black pepper. And then we're into the pan. And there's no secret, you just gotta get it into the pan. So just take it, put it in. Just make sure you get it all. This is the goodness, you don't wanna waste this. And the last step before we get this out on the smoker is we're just gonna top it with just a little bit of loose cheese on top and some sliced jalapenos. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that sharp cheddar, kind of drizzle it over the top here. Now, and remember, all this cheddar, all these cheeses, we didn't buy the bagged stuff. We actually bought blocks and we shredded this ourselves. What we find is that this melts so much better when we shred it, as opposed to buying the stuff from the store that has those anti-caking ingredients and that kind of stuff in it. So we shredded this cheese ourselves, and all of it is that way. We're just gonna take these little jalapenos, just lay them over the top of the dip. And these are gonna cook up nicely. Now there's a little bit of heat in these jalapenos, not a ton though, primarily because there's still a little bit of seeds left in them. But we're gonna take this, make it look nice and pretty, and get it out on the smoker. All right, today we're gonna be smoking this on our Oklahoma Joe's Highland smoker, and this is an offset smoker. We actually just got our fire started with a nice chimney of lump charcoal. Then we added in a stick of pecan wood to get it up to temperature. And now we're gonna keep pecan wood on it and let that smoke roll to actually smoke this cheese dip. Be pecan smoked jalapeno cheese dip. Let's get it on the fire. All right, our jalapeno skillet dip has been on for about a half hour. It's time for us to check in and see how it's looking. Check out the melty goodness. It is looking great. It's starting to really melt and come together. I'd say we need about another half hour for it to form up some on the top, and this thing's gonna be ready to eat. And I don't know about you, but I can't wait. All right, so we have our cheesy jalapeno skillet dip that's been on the smoker for about an hour and a half now. And let's take a look and see what we've got going on inside here. I wanna actually see some nice little crust on top. I wanna see that those jalapenos have cooked, that it's pulling the skillet dip together. And I'm gonna tell you, there's some smoky goodness on it. I can see it from here. It's got time to get this in and get it on some chips and see how it tastes. All right, so we've had our cheesy jalapeno skillet dip off of the smoker for about 20 minutes now, because man, I'm gonna tell you, these things are molten lava hot when you pull them off the smoker. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna give it a taste and see how we did, but I'm gonna tell you, this is one good looking cheese dip. I'm just gonna grab a little bit off the top here, get one of those jalapenos, and give it a taste. There's such a good smoky quality to this since we did it on the smoker. It's amazing how the smoke comes through. You can taste that pecan wood, you can taste the little flavors that it adds. But this is a skillet dip. You're gonna wanna give a shot. You're gonna wanna give this a try, I guarantee it. Man, this is good. And I'd say letting it rest 15, 20 minutes is a really good time frame to make sure that you're not gonna burn the roof of your mouth and not taste anything for the next few days, all right? So, if you like this video, like and subscribe, hit that bell, be notified when we have new videos coming out. We have new things planned every week of the year, and we'd hate for you to miss out, because we want you to win your weekend, whether you're cooking for your family, your next door neighbors, or your friends and loved ones. We hope that we'll see you next time right here on the Barbecue Lab. And if you make this, leave a comment below. Let us know how it came out. We'll see you next time.